views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Poetry slam. A poetry slam consists of poets coming up. They could do a poem of whatever they like, and they have 3 minutes or less to share their poem. We have 5 judges who are going to judge them based on their performance, their writing, how it affected them, all different types of variables as to how the judge feels about it. And we're going to judge it from a 0.0 to a 10.0. This is going to get 5 different scores. We take the high score and the low score, we throw it out, we add up the 3 middle scores, and that will be the poet's score. Now, I also want to tell you something, too. I know we're in the library, and I know that in poetry, it's like we got to focus and we got to pay attention to the artist. This is something a little different. The poets are going to want to hear you clapping and enjoying something. So we can finger snap if you want, or you can clap. You could be like, yeah, you could be like, you go, girl. Whatever it is that you want to do, this is interactive. The more energy the audience gives the poets, the more energy the poets are going to give the audience, and vice versa. I know sometimes people, they want to be quiet and they want to be polite. No, we are in the Bronx, and this is called slam poetry. It's active. So everyone in the audience, make sure that you're active. Allow me to introduce to you our judges of the evening. This first young lady, I've known her for about a decade now. She is the founder of Word at 4F Teens. This is Angie Abreu. Clap for Angie. She does open mic for teens, and they also do teen workshops. Our second judge, I've known him for 4 years now, 5 years, maybe even longer. He is an officer, a teen mentor, and a spoken word artist. He's also a published author, but he didn't ask me to tell you. I'm just telling you he's a published author. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for James Peach. Clap for James. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Margaret Kane. Clap for Margaret, please. From the Treacherous 3 MCs, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Mr. Special K. Clap for Special K. Put your hands together for Albert. Clap for him. Whoever gets the highest score in the second round is going to be our winner. We've got an iPad, prize number 1, iPad. Prize number 2, iPod Mini. Prize number 3, iPod Touch. This is an expensive slam, dude. Okay? And the 4th prize gets a $70 check from Uptown Laundromats. When we choose who has the best civics poem, their prize is an iPod Mini. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Anna Rodriguez. Clap as Anna Rodriguez comes to the mic.
I walk the hallways where young drug dealers do too. Young mothers, soon to be young mothers, and lost souls too. Where every morning the announcements end with Truman is the place to be. But look around hard. These metal detectors define who we are. We are not perceived as good kids. Let's be real. We're at risk of not graduating at risk of going to jail, at risk of dying. Ain't that something? We come from the hood, so we don't know any better, right? We're exposed to drugs, sex, alcohol, and violence. So we're most likely going to do the same, right? Yes, we're a couple of troubled souls, but nobody has to know. Nobody has to know that I sell drugs because my refrigerator is empty. Nobody has to know that I'm going to be a mother because I thought I was ready. We are not inmates, we're our students, so quit the fooling. Teach us to be different, to go out and make a difference. Because ain't nothing changing. This goes on generation after generation. Teach us to be different so we can go out and make a difference. To show the world that there can be more than one black president, that there can be a Latin president, that not all blacks are niggas, that not all Spanish people are immigrants, that not all black and Spanish people go to jail, and not all of us live off welfare. I am tired. This is not supposed to be happening. This is not supposed to be society. Why can't we just understand each other? We might live different and be different colors, but we're all people. We bleed the same color. But don't listen to me, because I'm just a poet. So I'm going to fill out these college applications, FAFSA and scholarships, and I'm going to cancel that vacation. And I'm going to do it for my blacks and my Latinos. And I'm going to get this education. And I'm going to show the world that we are not basic.
Judges, please get those scores up for Anna. We have from low to high, an 8, an 8.7, an 8.8, a 9, and a 10. Give it up one more time. That gives Anna a 26.5. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Ethan Metzger to the microphone. Clap as Ethan comes to the mic.
Yeah. Everyone hear me? Is this good? Her eyes are radiant. They are those Shea Stadium lights, lighting up the field those summer nights, bottom of the ninth. Rally caps, clasped hands, last stand. Dad, we're staying. It's a comeback in the making. Those diamonds shine bright. Her smile is the moon gazing down at the pitcher's mound, stretching across the city, an intangible tarp over the crowd. Her voice is the crack of the bat, that contact, my kind of music. I recall this one time she made me laugh, and it hit me. It hit me like a line drive in my chest, causing my lungs to collapse. That every interaction with her feels like I'm 8 years old again, opening a new baseball card pack. That when the base paths in life seem like dark endless corridors, a simple hey from her turns my face into a scoreboard. She plays the game with a passion. She plays the game with compassion. Her sense of fashion, she wears her heart on her sleeve. She's the fall class because whenever she enters a room, my cheeks change colors like autumn leaves, but she's spring training, makes me optimistic, got me thinking. You gotta believe her fingertips like if the clean-cut grass grip gently. I've never walked in the field, but that's how I picture it mentally. Her hair waves in the wind like pennant banners. She's full of banter and candor, more questions than answers. She's worth staying for no matter the duration of the rain delay. She's the type you gotta see in person. Her repertoire on display, no pine tar. Just kindness, mindfulness to those around her. Or she'll change it up, she'll fearlessly fire fastball, she won't back down. I'm saying no makeup, her beauty is the perfect strike zone. But you see, she plays for the Mets, I play for the Cyclones. She's high as a kite though, see, she's a fly ball. People are standing around me though, and they're really tough. And if her seams ever begin to unstitch themselves, if it ever seems like she is about to unravel, I will be there to save her before she hits the gravel. That's me. I'm not at the plate trying to hit a home run. Just hit it in the nose, ready with his glove.
Ethan Metzger. Judges, get your scores together, please. We have an 8, an 8.5, a 9.4, a 10, and a 10. Give it up for Ethan. 419.9. It is a 27.9. So here we go. A clap one more time for Ethan. Still have more of the competition to go, but so far so good. Next coming up to the microphone, he was in the competition last year, and I remember him specifically because I yelled at him because he didn't have a second poem and he had to run to the back to go get a second poem. But this year he is prepared, and I hope I say his name right too. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the microphone, Yishai Hamadot. Did I say right? Hamadot. Yishai Hamadot. Keep clapping as he comes to the mic.
Yeah, this I step onto the second to last car of the one train heading downtown, the sound of the conductor announcing, "Please stand clear of the closing Doritos bags and graffiti eating at the windows," makes me think immediately, New York. On the second to last car of the one train heading downtown is a homeless man sleeping. He's taking up an entire bench. Truth is, he's taking up maybe 4 seats. The rest are off limits because of the very thought of sitting next to a homeless man. It is as if the conductor announced, "Please stand clear of the homeless man." And when the homeless man stepped onto the second to last car of the one train heading downtown, he didn't think New York, he thought home for now. On the second to last car of the one train heading downtown, I judge him as soon as I lay eyes on him. He's taking up an entire bench. How rude, how inconsiderate. But then I think, who am I to consider it inconsiderate? I, who have a home, I, who have a bed to sleep in, not a bench to attempt it as I shuttle from shelter to shelter, I, whose rent is not paid in the form of a Metro card. On the second to last car of the one train heading downtown, down and out, he sleeps in an old sweater and baggy jeans, this Halloween costume that's been haunting him past October. The odor has been following him ever since he found the jeans between 18th Street and Desperation Avenue. He's wearing someone else's unwanted Air Jordans, his umbilical cord into the ground. Cut off the nourishment, he'll fall over. He was sober when he found them 3 days ago. Rejected and broken, left out in the open, he and the Air Jordans have so much in common. On the second to last car of the one train heading downtown, I am not immune to instincts, so I don't sit next to him either. Instead, I just wonder why I'm not sitting next to that sleeping man, why I'm not breaking the mold. When it comes to strangers, our nature is to cast out the contaminant damned in its differentness. It is the other kind of homeless. It is all the hopeless moments in my self-induced psychosis I don't even notice. I'm too closely focused on writing about his shoes. On the second to last car of the one train heading downtown, I think about how we're all a little bit homeless. Maybe we have a place to sleep and something to eat and clothes that belong to us first. But in the end, we're only kings of the things that lie within our shadows, and even those abandon us at nighttime. We're left cold and vulnerable. The moon is now the roof above our heads. The physics of a lonely soul is not a science. It is a cell within ourselves. Our cells defy it. We cannot teach these physics to Isaac Newton. I am the new tin man, still searching for a heart. And if home is where the heart is, well, then I guess I am homeless. Then being heartless to the homeless is like adding insult to injury, but the only people we end up wounding are the human beings we could have been. On the second to last car of the one train heading downtown, it's no wonder I'm sitting alone.
Yishai Hamadot. Our judges got their scores ready already. We have, give me 1 second, I want to make sure that, I'm going to delete this. Okay, judges, please put those scores up. We have from low to high, a 9, a 9.5, a 9.7, a 10, and a 10. That gives Yishai a 29.2, the new high of the evening. Don't get comfortable, though. We got other good poets coming up. And keep clapping as Natasha Estevez comes to the mic. Please let Natasha through. Please keep clapping. She's almost here. Keep clapping.
Hi. I pass so many faces and I bump so many shoulders. I trample through the halls and my days are getting colder. I try to understand and be a part of all around me. People filled with confidence, yet none of this astounds me. My voice is shying low, but I'll strive to have it heard. Life is just too precious, and from all of this I've learned that finding myself has been the goal of a lifetime. Who I am, what I'll be, still remains a mystery. Life has been too good to me to just sit back and let things be. So I will rise, take chances, and grasp opportunity. I will live life until there's no more left of me. Thank you.
Natasha Estevez, judges, please write down your score. Oh, school safety? Where's school safety at? Did they leave? Oh. Oh, thank you to school safety for coming. Clap it up for school safety, y'all. I was really joking about one of our judges being in the witness protection program. That was it's like showmanship. That's all it is. Please, please. All right, judges, please put your scores up for Natasha. From a low to high, we have a 7, an 8.2, an 8.5, a 9, and a 10. So that gives Natasha a 25.7. Give it up for her and not the score.
Parent, mom disappeared, but the village helped raise this child, so Diamond.
He took from me my purity and my innocence. From the moment on, I became an adult. I became an outcast. I became that puppet on a lonely string. And at that moment, my world was only a sandcastle in a tide that is reality.
A symbol of our underhanded and cruel economic system. In God we trust.
It taught me, no matter what, work hard. The reward is unmistakable. One cannot make something out of you if you are not that.
So everyone has competed in the first round. Like I said, we're going to take the top 5 scores into the second round. Those of you, when you get into the second round, whatever your score is in the second round, that will decide who the winner is. So when I call your name, you are going to let me know if you have a second poem. And if you have a second poem, you are in the second round. Yishai, you have the highest score. Do you have a second poem? And you don't have to run in the back together, right? You prepared? Yishai, you are in the second round. Clap for him. Ethan Metzger, do you have a second poem? You are in the second round. Anna Rodriguez, do you have a second poem? Yes, you are in the second round. Elijah Evans, do you have a second poem? Yes, you are in the second round. Yep. And one more, I think that's it. Yep, right here. Okay. Natasha Estevez, do you have a second poem? Yes, you are in the second round. Before we move forward, this is a competition, and of course we want to celebrate those who are moving forward. I want everyone to understand something. There's this joke out there, right, that at a funeral, people would rather be in the casket than give the eulogy. And that joke is because they have done tons of scientific research, and people feel death is the scariest thing in the world. Public speaking is number one. That is supposed to be the scariest thing in the world, number one. We just had 9 of our students come up and do some public speaking and put their heart out on the table. I want to give it up for all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Natasha Estevez back to the microphone for the second round.
Hello.
This flesh that I live in, so thirsty for sin. This mind that I'm given, so hungry to win. But this heart that I'm blessed with, a seeker for good, if my mentality could not do it, then my ambition surely would. Decisions we must make on this journey of life. Enlightened or damned, we must put up a fight. If wisdom is what leads to succeeding in life, then I'll be praying on my knees on this very night. If poverty strips man from pride in his heart, I pray to lose it all before I make it to the top. A mold of society is what I've been built to be, but I'll fight against the odds to die just being me. And I'll be so much more than what my race and youth is said to be.
Natasha Estevez, judges, please get your scores together. And please put them up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. From low to high, we have a 7, a 9, a 9, a 9.2, and a 10. Give it up for Natasha. That gives her a 28.2. And our last poet of the evening, it's never easy going first, and it's never easy going last. And I hope I say his name right again. I've been doing well so far. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yishai Hamadot to the microphone. You sure? Or are you just being nice with me? Keep clapping, make noise for him. Thank you for being kind on my time.
No, you're doing great. Can you hear me again? Okay. A friend of mine once told me you can know a poem is successful if it moved someone in the audience. Moving on to the next round or winning an award scored little next to sending shivers down spinal cords like vinyl records on summer evenings. I admired him, but I realized I don't agree. See, maybe the listener's feelings that I could never quantify trump my desire to qualify for the next round, but that doesn't justify my attempts to personify my conscience in my writing, to detoxify my mind by coming out of hiding, deciding I'm not satisfied by his thinking. I don't apologize for the reasons I write. I soon became preoccupied by trying to compromise between my need to prioritize between myself and to moralize for others. Hold on, I'll rewind. That was a mouthful. I used to write because I know I can. But now I write because sometimes writing is a better form of speaking than speech could ever be. Writing is the way souls communicate, the way our deepest depths dance together like children. I no longer write because I can. I write because I want to understand the vast deserts of unborn poetry, and if worthy, unearth the wellsprings of truth, the fountains of youth underneath the mountains amounting to suspended snow globes sprouting from the fountains resurrected, reflected in the waters. I drink it, it dribbles down my chin. Sometimes it's just a simple scribble, but to me, a lyric can be a lifeline, nourishing the hearts of those who yearn to hear their lives described through someone else's metaphors. What will poets need heaven for when they build gardens of Eden by verbally defeating our demons, achieving freedom through spoken reasons to sweeten what we already believe in and what we always needed? We're the last of the Mohicans, the lone survivors of a race that embraces no surface complexions, only complex surfaces, poetry's hills and the valleys of verses, and the landscapes shaped by our tongues and sustained by our lungs. And yes, maybe it's a successful poem if a listener is moved, but I, too, want to be moved. And maybe that's selfish, or I'm lonely, or it's just my God-given right to search for purpose. I'm just nervous. I'll write so much, I'll end up wordless. I write because I want to hear the things I'm too afraid to tell myself out loud. It's okay to be angry. Did you really just hit reply all? You can do this. I use writing as a way to step back and see myself at a distance, me and my thoughts in coexistence, if only for an instant. There's no conscious resistance. It's a way for me to stare down at a piece of paper and say, teach me. I write to tell the truth. I write to tell my truth. I guess writing for me is like talking to myself. Sometimes it can be embarrassing. Most of the time it makes absolutely no sense. But all the time, every time, it feels like I'm meeting myself for the very first time.
Yishai Hamadot. Judges, please get your scores into the air. Give me 1 second. Okay, I got your scores. You can put it down. This is where we're at. Natasha Estevez has a 28.2. It's the highest score in the second round, which means that right now, Yishai has to get a 28.2 or higher. We didn't prepare for a tie, so let's hope it's not a tie. Okay, here we go. First, the highest score Yishai got was a 9.8, which is great, but that doesn't count. The lowest score he got was a 6.8, which is, but that's okay. That doesn't count. The scores that do count is a 7 and a 9 at 16, plus 9.6, which makes it a 25.6, which means that Natasha Estevez is our second annual Bronx Youth Poetry Slam winner! You gonna get the prizes? So we're going to get all the prizes. First off, let's give it up one more time for everyone who made it to the second round. Clap for them. Our fourth place winner, which is going to receive a $70 check from Uptown Laundromat, correct? Our fourth place winner is with a 26.3 in the second round. Give it up for Elijah Evans. Clap for Elijah. Our third place winner, which is getting an iPod Touch, correct? The third highest score in the second round. And she's come, oh man, she is making out like a bandit today. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Anna Rodriguez. Congratulations, Anna. Our second place winner, who got an iPod mini with a 28.0, Mr. Ethan Metzger. Give it up for Ethan. Congratulations, sir. And what's really cool about Ethan is last year when we did it, Ethan's video went viral. There was over 350,000 views, global views. And that's when Al Roker hit us up like, hey, I heard you got some good poets. Why don't you bring them down to Rockefeller Center? I'll send a limo to pick them up. We were like, cool. So Ethan was one of those. So even though he didn't move on this second round to win last year, he went viral. So congratulations to Ethan. So as we said, Yes to Bronx, they not only was gracious to provide us with one of the gifts for the Poetry Slam, but they gave an additional gift for the one who got the highest score that had a civics poem. This is what they want to push. This is what they want the people to talk about, especially our youth. All right, so civics has to do with the laws and the history of the country, how society works, how we're coming together within the schools or within the youth. And even many adults, they're very unaware of how the laws work, of how this country works, of how we are supposed to be governed. So like in our schools, our youth really aren't taught, at least I don't remember I was, or I'm unaware of anyone else being taught of what their rights are and what rights are protected, aren't protected, and how things work. So The individual who got the highest score with a civics poem is, and when I call your name, come up here, is, and this is separate from the rest of the slam, it's additional, like I said, Anna Rodriguez. I want to thank Martha and the Kingsbridge Library for opening their doors after hours. Thank you